Vengeance.
Gold!
Hello, everybody! Welcome to another Vengeance God stream. My name is, let's see if I'm not muted, great. My name is Mikey Fatum, also known as Vengeance God, also known as Ambassador Kel. Sorry for the crappy audio. We're going to use my headset mic again because I had a busy weekend doing a League of Swords show, and I forgot to try and see if I could fix this. But hello to everybody. Hello, Trexpert. Hey, Markter. Hey, Nels. Hey, Dexter. Welcome back, Fragrance. It's good to see ya. Everybody? Okay, good. I got everybody. It's good to have everybody here. I hope that you all had a good weekend. Anybody do anything fun or interesting or exciting? Or fun to exciting? Or interfunting? Watched more Taskmaster. That's a good thing to do. Hair was flopping about a bit crazily there. We just started the new season. It's really interesting because Jason, I forgot his last name, but Jason from The Good Place and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's like Jason Mantzoukas. Thank you. There we go. Jason Mantzoukas is on this season. First major American guest to be on Taskmaster. And like he's really funny. And the show is really funny, but I'm also immediately seeing why they don't put Americans on British panel shows, because like he's not doing anything wrong. It's just very different from British style comedy. We're Americans. We tend to be a lot more like loud and boisterous, and it just feels different. It kind of feels like there's a clash going on. But the show is still very good, and it's great. Fragrance, so would I. There's a friend of mine in LA named Ryan Omega who runs Taskmaster Los Angeles, which you can find on YouTube. And I am desperately trying to get on that show. Always desperately trying to get on that show. Every day, all the time. What's the joke there, Trexpert? I didn't realize it wasn't the 19th season. Oh, season instead of series, of course. Right, that makes sense. I realized it immediately right after you said it. All right. Well, let's keep on chatting away, but we can also play some Star Trek while we're doing that. I really want that Tholian Shock Trooper cannon, and I realize that I probably haven't played enough to get it. Yeah, I only played the one time. How much longer do I have left? May 20th? Oh, okay. I've got enough time if I actually remember to play this every day. Hopefully I do. ADHD is a hell of a drug. $13 days, so May 18th if I play it every day. Yeah, I'm just going to have to remember to play it every day then. We'll see if I actually do that. Yeah, have someone ping me every day on Discord. Probably. The big issue will be that I will get those pings while I'm looking at Discord on my phone, like on my couch in my living room, and I'll be like, oh, right, I should do that later, and then immediately forget forever. Suppose I could just start every stream with a quick run of one of these two.
Many of our forces are defending the new colony world. Mo Rihan is our future, but we must maintain a presence here as well. The Tholians would plunder the vault and strip it of its technology and weapons. We cannot allow this. My ships are
I
fighting
know
the
I've
Tholians,
done the
but
Vault
they are
Ensnared
badly
before.
outnumbered. Help as many
Obviously
of
I have, but I have no memory of this. Let's cloak. Fragrance, I didn't say I didn't like that. And in no way did I fucking say stop. I know, right? I'm getting a great deal.
On behalf of my crew, thank you. We will not forget this.
You're welcome. And also, I really would hope that you wouldn't forget it, because, you know, you would be dead if I wasn't there. Yeah, I remember that. I'm glad we switched up the event system. Alright, that was a pointless flying over there. Ooh, this one's closer. Whoa! Camera went crazy there for a second.
We will live to fight another day. Thank you.
Good for you! Next! Yeah, when I first started on STO, there was not the wide range of events we have now, as many of you I'm sure remember. And whenever the mirror invasion event came up, everybody would just groan. And now, you know, the mirror invasion's been gone for years, and people were begging for it back for a while. Because the one thing that we fear most is change. Trying to get myself into the discipline of hitting spacebar after each volley of shots. As opposed to just mashing spacebar like crazy. Which is what I want to do. Yep, that's it, Fragrance. Absolutely. That's exactly what happened. You got it right on the head. It would be really interesting to see an attempt to balance the whale probe. Considering it's, you know, a ship powerful enough to destroy a planet with sounds. Hey, Nels, you're here now, and that's what matters. The version of STO that you're playing right now is the best version of it that's ever existed. That's the good thing about coming into long-running games late.
My ship is too damaged to continue. Heading to evac coordinates.
It can't be possible that this is my first time playing Vault Ensnared, but I really don't remember any of this.
They want the vault itself. Tholian Vault Weavers are trying to construct a web around the space station.
Oh, that would be cool, Fragrance.
They can initiate a reaction that could pull the vault out of our dimension. The Vault Weavers have a long energy trail.
No, wait, I've done this before. I remember this part. Okay. Oh, shit. Should have focused on that one. I like that, Fragrance. Especially if it made that whale probe noise every time. There was never any follow-up in like, official Trek. I'm sure there was in, like, books or stuff, but, like, beyond the movie, there was never any follow-up to where the whale probe came from or anything like that, right? Been playing Star Wars Outlaws a bunch recently, and the Shatner book Probe, yeah, okay. Sort of expected that a Shatner book named Probe would be about something else. That's funny. I'd forgotten about that fragrance. Not Shatner? I saw a Shatner's "I'm writing this book so I can resurrect my own character" book in a thrift store once. I just remember giggling at the description on the back. It is actually a very smart maneuver if your your entire meal ticket is a single character you played. When somebody's like, "Oh, that character's actually dead," to be like, nope, because I wrote it that he wasn't. Oh, Margaret Bonanno. Okay. What happened with it? What was the revelations behind the whale probe? I actually am very surprised now that I think about it that Discovery never tried to tackle the whale probe. That just sort of seems like the exact sort of thing they would go for. Oh, no spoilers? Okay. Don't spoil it for Nels then. They've got the book and they're planning on reading it right now. So wait, which is it? Is it written by Shatner or not? Because Trexford says it isn't. You two figured this out. Well, yeah, I actually don't think... That's why I was saying I think it was Discovery, not Lower Decks. Because Lower Decks tended to not touch, like, giant parts of the Star Trek canon unless they were treating them reverently. But I could totally see Discovery doing a whole season on the whale probe and where they came from and all that. Well, somebody Google it and figure it out. Based on past experience, I'm 100% sure Trexford is right. But, let's check it out anyway. Yep. Shouldn't have gone after them. They were too far away. Ah, but these dudes are all mine.
The Tholian vault web is 60% complete.
So I know I said I remembered this part, but I actually am not sure I do. I do remember being on a map with the Tholian Weavers with their little yellow trails, but I don't remember it looking like this. Is this one of the ones that was completely remade at some point? Well, there you go. I've never heard of uncredited rewrites on books. That's wild. I've heard of uncredited rewrites on movies, obviously. Carrie Fisher did those all the time. But... okay, so it may have been that I just never played the remaster then. That makes a little bit more sense. It would be funny to discover after 8 years of playing the game that there's a TFO that I've just never played. Well, actually, it's closer to 9 years now, isn't it? 8.5. Interesting. So it's one of those when people ask questions at conventions, they're always like, you know, everybody gives different answers. Interesting.
The Tholian vault web is 80% complete.
That's funny, Fragrance. I have many things. I have many things on my to be read pile too.
Excellent. The vault is secure, but we are not. Sensors show Tholian reinforcements approaching at high warp. Prepare for battle. Defeat the Tholian flagship if you can.
Oh, I think we can. Wait, which one's the flagship? This one. That's got the target on. There we go.
The Tholian flagship is defeated. Excellent work.
I know, we're amazing. Yeah, but you can't give away the one with my signature, Fragrance. That's gonna be worth something any day now. Any day now. Alright. More competitive war games. We've got an ad coming up in 3 minutes and 40 seconds. So if you haven't subscribed, now's a great time to do exactly that. Ha! That's funny, Fragrance. I'm surprised Stu didn't just draw an Odyssey next to my name and then send it back. Oh, I know you did, Trexpert, and thank you very much. The one thing that I've always been looking for in used bookstores and never able to find a copy is the first few volumes of the Peter David, I think it's called New Frontiers book series, because I've heard only great things about those. Alright, let's keep rocking on the story now that we've done that. And Peter David is one of my favorite authors, so I'd love to read some Star Trek by him, but... eBay has it for like $10. Okay, I should look for that. What's the first volume actually called? Oh, sorry. We've arrived in the Urias system. There's an M-class planet ahead, but I am detecting Jem'Hadar vessels in the vicinity. I doubt they will allow us to reach the planet unscathed. Well, then we'll blow them up!
The Jem'Hadar will not likely be interested in negotiation. I'm afraid you'll have to fight your way through. What will the
Yeah, exactly, Nels. And every time I go to like a good used bookstore, there's always a huge section of old Trek books. I just never know which ones are good. Growing up with the Star Wars expanded universe, I know full well how sometimes things can seem like they'll be really cool and actually be not. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hit all the buttons. Dexter, yeah, pants are, I agree with Fragrance. Pants are pointless. They're a tyranny on us on society. That's why I'm completely naked from the waist down right now. No, I'm not. I'm wearing pants. Honestly, I would wear more kilts, or kilts at all, if it wasn't for the fact that it's like totally a stereotype for white nerds my size with beards to have kilts. Like everybody I know who's a little bit heavier and is a white nerd with a comes with kilts. It's like an action figure.
Will be the first Vorta to meet the new Link.
No, I will not embrace the stereotype. Destroy turrets. Wow, that's a lot of turrets. Oh. Well, this is bad. Nope. Timed. Oh, didn't do it in time. It's funny though, because in my desire to not embrace the stereotype of the, uh, generally what you see at a convention, the bearded fat nerd, I have had to embrace that stereotype because I'm too lazy and poor to give myself to get myself like a whole new wardrobe. So I still wear t-shirts and jeans most days. Oh, I've been to the last bookstore, Trexpert. They just opened a new branch pretty near to me too. It's amazing. I love it there. Yeah, I don't have any Scottish in me. I was trying to think of a hot Scottish guy to be like, unless so-and-so is interested, but I couldn't think of one in time. My background is entirely people who tried to destroy the world. The English and the German. David Tennant's a good solid choice. Never been super attracted to him, but my taste in men is very strange, and I don't understand it myself. We have arrived on Reyes, sir. In protecting Jem'Hadar life signs, we should be on our guard. Oh no! I did not mean to do that.
You have to admire the
If I could
devotion of the
choose a
Jem'Hadar.
Muds bundle,
They never seem to tire
what
of
3
throwing
ships
their
would I
lives
pick?
away for the Founders.
Well, it's
There it is.
interesting.
It's even more beautiful than
Because I
imagined.
don't have a list in my head of what
My
Muds
gods
bundle,
slumber below, dreaming in their
what
lair.
Muds bundles have been released already. So like the stereotypical thing is like, I'd just be like, oh, 3 different types of birds of prey. But I think there's only one really special bird of prey, which is the legendary one from the 10th bundle. I guess if it was like me, it would probably be like if it was just for me, I guess it would be like the legendary Bird of Prey, Books ship, and what's another ship that I love? Maybe one of the Cation pilot ships, or yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I can't think of a third ship right now. Yeah, you're right, Nels. We should put the Oberth in there, but it should be a tier 0 Oberth. It comes with a bundle no matter what you do. Ow. Yeah. I mean, I know the way that mud bundles were picked out in the past was not like a formula, but like comparing what was popular but also like old, if that makes sense. So like something a lot of people wanted but hadn't but wouldn't necessarily buy right away. Or because there was newer stuff they were interested in. Did did the Discovery Enterprise and D7 ever hit the muds? I think they did. I think I remember that. Also, hey Spider, welcome. Thanks for an insightful and interesting question. Okay, I thought they had. Oh, you know what would be the third ship in a Kel-focused bundle? It would be the Dragon ship from Lower Decks. So we got Book's ship, we got the Dragon ship from Lower Decks, and oh, wrong way. Since the legendary Bird of Prey is Zen, we're not going to do that because that is already in there. So I don't know what I would throw in. Maybe one of well, no, because the Klingon intel ships, they're all Zen as well. They're pretty, but they're Zen. Maybe that Klingon ship with all the pets that came out as a big three-way bundle with Federation and Romulan ships as well.
Have you here? I hope the founders will understand the necessity and forgive me.
If I shoot this Vorta, will anyone object? I still don't know what these Rubik's Cubes that I'm running through is, by the way. I have some of the most talented and knowledgeable Trek people in the world, or Star Trek Online people in the world on my in my audience, but they have no idea. What he was shooting? Oh, right, that banishes them. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's okay for me to put ones that are single mud bundles in the in this mystery mud bundle Trexburg because I can't think of anything. Suppose I could go look at the list of R&D ships. Let me go do that actually, because I'm curious how I would do it with just like R&D ships. Let's see. Ah, okay. That's from the Renkit frame that I have. Build your bundle feature? Yeah. But then everyone would buy the most powerful ships, and it would all be over. Oh, wait. This is going to Infinity Lockbox, not. So this is not going to have the... Hey, they started doing this again! Oh, that's nice! I wonder who's making them now. That makes me happy. The Kith, I think, is a R&D box. Nope. Check Discord. Okay. Is this just a list of every mud bundle, Trexpert? I thought we did a... Or maybe the Kith was an R&D bundle and they just didn't do the old thing that I used to do. Nope, Infinity Lockbox. Okay, keep going. Mud. Packlead? Is that? I'm going to open it in a new tab so I don't lose all the... It is part of the Infinity Promotion. Okay, here we go. I'm glad to see that they have just as much trouble making this grid work as I do. Oh, okay, so we're going to put the Strike in there for sure. So we got the Strike and Book's ship. Let's say... Ah, okay, cool. Thanks, Trexpert. Strike, Book ship, and... Maybe the Section 31? Or maybe just the club ship. You know what? I want to put the club ship in there. So that's what we're doing. Books is already in a mud bundle. Well, you know what, Trexpert? Nope, nope. I went too far again. Hey, Astro Alligator. Welcome, welcome. Good to see ya. Which screenshots, Disco? To whoever finds this pad, know that what you are reading is an act of disobedience, and if you are reading this, I am most likely dead. We are programmed to believe that the Founders are gods and infallible, but lately I have begun to question Lass's orders. Some of his explanations no longer make sense. For example, we have been monitoring the transmissions from local systems, and none of them have any mention of this crusade against the Founders. One of my brothers says he went to a facility where Ketracel White is manufactured. He said there was a Vorta there, but this Vorta is kept almost a prisoner and does not command the Jem'Hadar there. Still, obedience brings victory, and victory is life. Who are we to question the motives of a god? And when a god lies, is it still a lie? Yeah, so the ones from the blog, right, Disco? Also, hi, Disco. Whoa! I did not mean to do that. I am in the link. It is definitely going to kill me. Can I Red Angel my way out of here? Nope. Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't, Trexpert. I thought we did. I thought that was one of the things that I remember Al talking about. I might have accidentally just trapped myself. I might need to, like, beam up and back out. Maybe there's a way up over here. Nope, invisible wall. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, thank God. I was really worried I was going to respawn in the link. This one was because I don't believe in going and following video game routes when I can go in a straight line instead. And what I thought was a straight line where I was going was actually diving into the link, which was a mistake. It could be Trexpert, I don't know. I remember after Victory is Life there was a lot of like weird voice errors. I really like Atrosaur being like drawing fire from the ground. Yeah, that's right. There was a double voiced cutscene for a while. Reach Lake. Yeah, I remember having to report that one several times. Because I'd report it and somebody would be like, okay, we fixed it. And I'd be like, great. And then you guys would be like, it's not fixed. Oh, geez. Okay, yeah, that's the one. Disco. I did definitely reach the lake, and it definitely didn't go well for me.
Fatality.
Perfect, Trexpert. I thought that came from the game at first. I'm going to push this around while I'm not using it. Oh, that's a cool shot. And also slightly terrifying.
Have you come to finish the job of exterminating us, Solid?
We are not here to hurt you. You have been deceived by Loss.
Impossible. We have linked with Lost. He is in the link as we speak. We know all that he knows.
Then he must have some way of deceiving you.
It is true that he awoke before us. Let us summon him to answer these charges.
We have our own witness as well.
It's true, Great One. These people are not hunting you. The Great Link remains.
Am I Lexi
The
J.
Dominion
Kirk?
has a
I'm not
treaty
sure I
with
understand the
Alpha
question.
Quadrant species.
This creature lies. You have joined with me. You
Then
know
you should
all.
have no qualms
I know.
about linking.
No. These solids have poisoned your minds. I will not be forced to link by them.
Okay. Ah, there we go. I'm gonna sword fight him. That's not the sword I thought I had. Oh, yes it is, because I picked up Worf's sword. Get some pets out here. Oh, thank you, Jeremy. Very much appreciate that. Would not have known that. Hey, Looney. Oh, that was not what I meant to do. Oh well. I'm doing pretty good. Oh, hey, Nalzarian. Welcome, welcome. Good to see everybody. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's got a second form. Stabbing Play-Doh doesn't usually do much. Well, if you cut Play-Doh up... Nah. You want me to be close to you? I'll be close to you. That would be a fun power. Just, like, you know, instead of this shield that's following me around and protecting me, creating a, like, a challenge box where only you and one enemy are stuck inside and you have to fight. Wait, he's still not dead? Jesus. Oh, this is your first time, Darren. Welcome. Thanks for being here. What brought you to our stream today? You did a great job, Jeremy. This is a good boss fight. I have had to try a little bit.
Although it is unfortunate we had to resort to violence to force Lost into his link.
Was this one of the first things you made, Jeremy?
We are grateful for your assistance. We shall now be able to link with him and learn the whole truth of our past. If you are telling the truth, you have nothing more to fear from us.
Nice.
We request that you leave us in peace. We have no interest in dealing with your kind.
I hope in time you change your mind, but we shall respect your wishes. God damn it, Fragrance.
Well, it has been a pleasure knowing you. I will remain here and serve the Founders. They have been without a Vorta and have much to learn about their siblings in the Gamma Quadrant. I know the Founders may seem ungrateful to you, but what can you expect?
It's good pun, Trexpert, not executioner.
You have my gratitude for whatever the gratitude of an insignificant...
Oh, nice. Well, good to see you, Darren. Thanks for following me over there, too. Remember to give a follow, and if you could manage it, a subscription to this channel so you know when we go live. Hey, Nihilus. You just got here, right? Or Fragrance will just buy you a subscription. That works too. Fragrance, you have given 112 gift subs on this channel. That's insane, dude. Thank you so much. Oh, well, only 10 minutes? No wonder. No wonder I didn't notice. The stench hasn't had time to propagate. Kidding, I love you. This is a longer loading time than usual. So a subscription gets you access to some emotes that nobody else can use, and it also means you're supporting the channel. Basically, it's a way to monetarily support the channel. So in a month, when your subscription is about to expire, Twitch will let you know, and if you want, you can re-up the subscription. Hey, Vindictive Quaker, welcome! I didn't know we had newer servers. I keep saying we. I didn't know they had newer servers. Sir, Jem'Hadar Dreadnought warping in. They are healing us. Plus no ads. That's the other good one.
We have orders to allow you to leave the system, but you are never to return. And let it be known among your peoples that this system belongs to us, and you are not welcome.
Fear not, we shall leave you in peace. Sir, I recommend we launch a beacon to warn other ships not to approach this system. I found a good location. Agreed. Lay in a course. Vindictive Quaker, are you a long-time lurker, first-time caller, or is this your first time on our stream? I like the TOS beaming in that it had there. Yep, let's depart. I sounded like someone stole your stapler. I wasn't quite sure what voice I was doing, but that makes sense. Oh, sorry. I missed the request for me to say station.
Congratulations. You have defeated the True Way and made peace with the Alpha Changelings. I have transmitted messages to the major powers of the galaxy, advising them to avoid the Arias system.
Well, I don't want any of this. Guess I'll grab this because it's purple and sell it immediately so I don't forget to sell it. All right. Where are we now? We just finished Cardassian Struggle. Yeah? Yeah, we did. So we're into Borg Advance. We need our best captains to work in teams on special task force operations. These are difficult missions that require a skilled team to work together. Come see me on Deep Space Nine and I'll give you more information about task force operations. We need the help of our most skilled commanders. I already know about task force operations, but sounds good. Alright. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mordecus. Happy birthday to you. I have so many missions to start on Deep Space Nine now. Oh no! We accidentally Rumpelstiltskin. No, not Rumpel. Rip Van Winkle, Jeremy. Hey, 4 out of 5, I'll take it. No, Fragrance. Trexpert just wanted me to sing happy birthday to him for reasons. Huh! Astro, that would have been terrible. Yes, it's definitely Curlin's birthday. Because every day is Curlin's birthday. I think this guy is at Ops now? I could be wrong. I will never shut up, Fragrance. It's my channel! Ah! Ha ha! I could be wrong. I think I'm wrong. Alright, let's go up to main Deep Space Nine then. Oh. What's up, Curland? How you doing today? You feeling very here? Alright. Oh, when the camera gets stuck on the scenery for a second? You're a big fan? Exactly, Nalzarian. Yes, more cookies than you. I can rickroll anyone whenever I want. That is the power I have. But I also have that power in my daily life. Where is this guy? Ah, here we go. Omega Force.
The Chancellor informs me that you are prepared to serve as a member of the Honor Guard. I wanted to see for myself whether you are worthy.
Astro Alligator, I'm not sure I can
have ties
do
on
Rick
both
because I
sides
don't
of
watch the
blue
show.
line,
I'll
so I
try.
understand how
Oh
difficult
man,
it
it's
is
your
for the Federation
birthday,
to
Morty.
fight
Happy
fire.
birthday, Morty.
I think some things are more important than our disagreements.
Oh, that Trexpert. Yes, that's great.
That's why I have been tasked with leading the fight against the Borg.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Etc.
Completing my missions won't be easy, but I and my officers will do all I can to help you. Do you have any questions?
Okay, so what do I have to do now? Okay, I think that was it, I guess. Yep, that was it. All right. I just remembered I haven't done my reps yet today. Alrighty. Wait, what about Robert Redford? Oh, Robert Redford played Curlin. That makes sense. All right, to Kronos we go. Yeah, no, it's very well done, Trexpert. This is the kind of April Fool's prank I enjoy. Thank you very much for the subscription, SFC. I appreciate that very much. That is how we keep this channel going. Everybody else out there, if you have the opportunity to subscribe and you have the means, remember you could do it through Amazon Prime as well. I would greatly appreciate it. Alright, so now that's a follow-up question. Who would you all want, what kind of character would you all want Robert Redford to play in Star Trek? So, like, not an existing character. Make up a new character for him. That's Worf. Where is the Romulan ambassador? Alright, here we go. It's in the Great Hall. And 5 months in a row, too, SFC. That's great. Thank you. The Tal Shiar have gone too far. That rhymes. Their experiments with Borg technologies not only put us at risk by provoking a hostile force, but also put us all of us at risk for being assimilated if one of their scientists even make one mistake. Alright, so we got a Badmiral, a Fleet Badmiral, Admiral Quinn, or Ensign Greg. Dahar Master, a group of our people are trying to create a new homeworld. Cella's capital city has erupted into fighting since you disappeared. So-called saviors struggle for power, and new ones rise and fall every day. We are witnessing the end days of an empire. Sounds familiar. I belong to a group of Romulans who, like you, want to survive. With our leader, Jatan, we are throwing off the shackles of our past. We reject secrecy and deceit in favor of democracy and cooperation. In creating a new world, we will remake our culture. We have found a planet we call Mol Rihan, New Romulus in our mother tongue. It can be ours. We have much to do before we can truly call it a home. Our government has authorized me to ask you for assistance. Our people have been in strife for too long. Can you look past our history and help us build a new world? You'll have my support. Great. Off we go. Oh man, Robert Redford as Boothby would be good. Happy Revenge of the 5th to you too, Ludi. Oh, beam the new Romulus. I don't have to fly closer this time. Was Boothby played by the guy from Full Metal Jacket? Is that the reference you're making, Nihilus?
We could destroy what's left of the Tal Shiar. We would be safe. We would be free.
There are too few of us left to fight amongst ourselves. Military action should be our last option.
I don't see how talking to them will be enough. But I'm a warrior.
Rocky? Ah. I've actually never seen any of the Rocky movies.
There must be a leader capable of building a new future. Of looking past our differences to find harmony.
Why is this infamous, SFC? Because of the weird close-ups?
Since I was a child, hiding in the sewers of the capital with the reunificationists,
In case you forgot who this was.
When the Romulans would once again walk beside their Vulcan brothers and sisters. Before that can happen, we need to rebuild. We need a home to replace what was lost, to see past our grief and find acceptance.
Oh, that's hilarious, SFC.
Centuries of strife and oppression. The fate of both our peoples rests here. We either create a new homeworld out of the ashes, or we wither and die. Thank you for agreeing to assist us. I'm grateful that both the Federation and the Empire have temporarily put aside their differences to help create a new Romulus. This proves that unification is possible, both for my people and for yours.
Who do I need to unify with?
We're building a new home here. Romulans and Remans can't continue on like nothing has changed. Everything is different. We are a changed people. The loss of Romulus wounded us greatly, but that wound will not be fatal. There is a great deal of work to do before we can truly call this our new home.
Well done,
With
Ludi.
your help, I know
Did you learn it in school because you watched the movie after you read the book?
Will someday be as great as what we lost. Kylor is in charge of the staging area. He can give you more information about what we need. There's much to do and little time. We left our first home to remain free. We lost our adopted home to treachery. May this world be the home we have sought for so long, a place where our descendants can live in peace.
A place where the Disney movie descendants can live in peace. Doesn't even say bye, just, you know, gives a speech and it's like, alright, peace out. Alright. So we're not going to leave the planet until we complete this mission, obviously, based on what everyone said. Thank you for coming to New Romulus, Star Master. Since the destruction of the Romulan homeworld, Romulan space has been unstable. We have done our best to keep the situation contained, but as Kahless said, an unpredictable enemy is the most dangerous foe. The Romulans have been blinded by pain and rage, lashing out at anyone who is foolhardy enough to approach. Which one was your Mandela effect, Nihilus? Normally, we would not concern ourselves with yet another attempt to reunify the Romulan people like Tatan is doing here. The High Council, however, sees this one differently. Tatan has managed to gain the support of the Remans, something we ourselves are still working to do. Tatan has strength of conviction, and he does not want to build a military empire. In short, he does not want to be our enemy. We have a chance here to cut the head off the snake. If the Romulans change their ways, we'll have eliminated one of our most dangerous enemies without a single blow. There was once a time when our people and the Romulans were allies. It could happen again, with your help. I look forward to working with the Romulan Republic. The Empire needs you to be our representative to the Romulan people. Alright, where's the next dude to talk to? This dude. Welcome to New Romulus.
Let me brief you on the situation.
I didn't get the voice right. What a shock.
We're building a new city here, at the site where people first landed on this world more than 2,000 years ago, after the Sundering. Our Riemann friends will take the lower levels, where they can feel most at home. We'll use the staging
Yes,
area
feel at
as
home
a
in this
site for
cave!
hovercraft and a
Second-class
place to
citizens!
coordinate construction and future shipping. Many of our records were lost with the home world.
New Romulus has some of the
But what we
prettiest
do
music.
have indicates that there was a battle here
I used
before
this
the
song
colony
in
ships left to
so
find
many
Romulus.
videos for STO.
You found what could be
The Sword of the Raptor Star, one of our most revered artifacts
here on this world.
There's still much we need to learn about this world and its inhabitants. This creature, for example, how did it adapt to the radiation that until recently made this world unsuitable for colonization?
And now how is it surviving with the radiation
Recent
gone?
scans are showing the radiation falling into manageable levels. With modern technology and your assistance, this should be a place where the Romulan and Riemann people can thrive for generations.
I think
to
that
come.
emote should be going at about quarter
We found
speed for this
ruins
song.
that
Just
date
go,
back to
just
the Sundering, and beneath them, signs of what may be a much older civilization. Who lived here eons ago? What happened to them? We're doing what we can, but we can't do it alone. If you're here to help, I'll get you started.
I'm here to help. Obasek? Okay, Obasek doesn't shout. So it would be something with his gravelly ass voice like, freedom for my people. Or something like that. Okay, now do I want to start doing Romulus stuff? Or do I want to just abandon this now and go to the next mission? Is that the next mission? Okay, so we've got this one here that I could jump onto. I remember running around. Oh, and there's a ton of new ROM. Oh, I see. These are two things. So there's the Borg Advance, and then there's New Romulus. So I'll finish up Borg Advance first, I think. Wait, Obasek's the Riemann one, right? Or am I confusing him with the other guy?
This is Commander Talus of the Romulan Star Empire vessel RNA. We are under attack by Borg scout squadrons. This is a formal request for assistance from any ship receiving this message. Do not abandon us.
We will assist, Commander. Ooh, hey, Origitis. Welcome, welcome. And also, ooh, a Gears of War remaster. I never really played the original. That might be fun. Everybody is having so much fun with the Oblivion remaster right now. I really want to play that. I just haven't had the money to pick up a copy yet.
To any ship in range, this is the IRW RNA. My ship has been attacked and disabled by the Borg. My crew are being assimilated. The self-destruct is offline. I have
Lots of
taken
formally
my
requesting
surviving
assistance
officers
here.
to the main science lab.
I don't think I have Game Pass. Actually, I should say I don't. I'm pretty sure I don't.
Thank you for coming to our
Oh no! Sorry, Dexter. That sucks.
aboard the RNA and are attempting to assimilate my crew. Several of us have barricaded ourselves in the science lab. We need your assistance to prevent our ship from being assimilated and to save the rest of the crew.
Stay put. We're on our way. Okay. That is very true, and also very depressing. Dexter. Wait a minute. So I am supposed to go this way? But the door didn't open. Oh, okay. Odd, but we'll take it. Now swords are the way to go. Adapt to this. I don't know how much overlap there is between STO people and anime people, but has anybody been watching Solo Leveling? I just finished I think I just finished season 2, and it was really, really good, and I really enjoyed myself. It's always funny when you see the bones of City of Heroes in this game. Like when you hit somebody with a really big knockback and they float up in the air for a second and then fly backwards. Ooh, a thing to scan. I watched a bit of Demon Hunter? Demon Slayer? Wait a minute. Is there a different show called Demon Slayer? Or called Demon Hunter from the show Demon Slayer? Or are you thinking of Demon Slayer? Or is it called Demon Hunter and I'm just confused? I do remember when we had the Demon Hunter pack that we released, and I put out so many anime jokes, and because I thought it was called the Demon Slayer pack, and then I had to cancel them, all the anime jokes.
Borg technology. Only a few of us survived their investigations. I know that they'll do anything to preserve their empire, and I've seen with my own eyes what they and the Elachi did to the outlying colonies. But
are they making a new Clue, Dexter? Is that what you're talking about? Because the original is a classic. Yeah, okay. My Sister Has a Ball Gag is definitely the show I'm thinking of. Now hold on, because okay. Maybe I have to do something back over here. Oh, okay, Dexter. I got confused for a second, and I forgot that Tim Curry played Wadsworth, not Mr. Body.
The Borg have disabled the force fields guarding the science lab. We managed to fend off the...
Alright, alright. We're coming. Hold your horses. Unrestrained equines could not keep me away. Infected drone seems redundant. Don't you think? Excuse me. Trying to wait for the expos, jeez, for the expos to happen before I hit my bioessence transfer, so I can actually do major damage with it. How dare you? Yeah, I watched a bunch of Demon Slayer, but they introduced the Lightning Kid, and the Lightning Kid is sorry, the Lightning Kid is just kind of creepy towards the little sister, like all the time, and like always crying all the time, and it just sort of put me off. Ha! Okay, there you go. There you go, Nihilus. That's how you know they're infected. Yeah, Dexter, I knew that. That was such a cool idea, and what a great way to try and get people to come to the theater multiple times. There is, I think, on the home video release, not home video, geez, wow, on like the DVD and stuff releases, there is a way, I think, to set it to do a random ending.
Borg drones incoming. Destroy them before they reach the
Sure, maybe you shouldn't have been researching on them in the first place. You want to know how you get a Borg infestation? Darn it. I messed it up. Well, now he's stuck. Okay, he's down. Yeah, exactly, Trexpert. Just if the Borg aren't coming for you, just leave them be. Huh. Yeah, Tim Curry would have been a great Dungeon Master. That is absolutely true. Yeah, that does drive me nuts too, Nihilus. In this case, that wasn't exactly what happened. It was just that different theaters were given different reels with different endings. They made 3 different endings for the movie, and so it was sort of a like fun, you know, because Clue doesn't have a actual whodunit. Is there a way to consistently expose people, or does it just kind of happen? Is it just like a random chance thing? Ha! Well, yes, that would be terrible, Nihilus. You are absolutely right. I think you would have to go to 3 different theaters to get different endings, though. So hopefully that wouldn't happen. But yeah, I would probably... It's like whenever I ride Star Tours and I get the same 2 or 3 things every time. Oh, yeah, I know that, Jeremy. I just wasn't sure if there was like a specific, like if you press 1 on the melee weapon more often, it'll expose or not, or if it's just a random chance on all the attacks. Yep, Q absolutely did that, Dexter. I think... Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Didn't he do that because he knew the Borg were coming, and he wanted Picard to get a chance to prepare for it?
The survival of the Romulan Star Empire. I cannot share these secrets, even with our rescuers.
What exactly are you trying to hide? Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought, Nihilus.
Bear in mind that,
That too, Quaker.
property of the Romulan Star Empire.
Q is
My
thinking
engineers
in
tell me that
negative
our
1D
engines are
chess.
online. So your further presence aboard my ship is neither necessary nor desirable. You are our enemy. Your assistance does not change that basic fact.
Alright, lady. Neener, neener. Oh yeah, I think that's 100% the case, Trexpert.
Long-range sensors show a Borg squadron approaching at speed. Essential repairs to our singularity drive are almost complete. If you can occupy the Borg and give us the time we need, I will overlook your intrusion on our classified research.
Yeah, we'll be taking that Borg technology with us.
How dare you! You take advantage of my ship's vulnerability. But you cannot escape the wrath of the Tal Shiar.
Okay.
Do not think that your actions today will go unpunished. We will find you. And when we do, you will return what you have taken with interest.
Oh, that's an interesting idea, Vindictive. Because it would have taken the Borg probably another, like... It would have taken them a while to show up on humanity's doorstep if Q hadn't done that. But we don't know how long of a while. Yeah, I agree, Looney. Oh, was that a thing, Nihilus and Enterprise? There were leftover Borg from First Contact that started sending out signals in the Arctic? I feel like Stargate did something like that too.
Singularity drive is online. Our scanners show more ships approaching. I hope you enjoy the spoils of your theft. Enjoy defending them from the Borg, that is.
I wonder though, Dexter, is it so far beyond our comprehension that it goes just back around to stupid again? Min value return.
We are responding to a distress call from an IRW RNA. Normally we wouldn't provide assistance to the Tal Shiar, but the Borg are a threat to all of us. However, you appear to have things well in hand.
That's a good point, Trexpert. I don't know how the Borg could have entered the continuum, but man, imagine a Borg assimilating a Q. But you would need a... I mean, I don't think nanites would work on a Q. Yes, Commander. Any assistance you could provide would be helpful. So we got an ad coming up in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. If you don't want to watch the ad, and you have the means, a great thing you can do is subscribe. You can subscribe using Amazon Prime or using your own money, and you'd be supporting the channel. So if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you get a free sub on Twitch a month. You can use that to help me out, or you can just do $5.99 for the month yourself. How did they end up explaining away that, like, humanity didn't know about the Borg after the Borg showing up in Enterprise? Oh god. Oh no. Ah. That could be it, Astro. Although Q did, our Q anyway, did die in Picard, I think. Although, not entirely, I also think. Tark level classification. Same thing as Spock's sister. There we go. Heh.
How dare you?
Yeah, that's true, Darren.
The property of the Romulan Star Empire. Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
So if I let them escape, does this fight not happen? Not a chance. Red alert. Immediately go to cloak. I'm gonna pick up this lockbox now. Oh, okay, they saw... Oh, picking up a lockbox pushed me through cloak? Okay. shields. Bye-bye! Yeah, I suppose that if it was just like... Because I think, if I remember correctly, that Enterprise episode was just like the one probe. So probably they weren't, like, fully aware of how dangerous the Borg are. Now that would be an interesting storyline, a war between the Continuum and the Prophets. Oh, well then that's terrible, Trexpert. I don't know. I don't know how you don't write that down and make it required reading for every Starfleet captain. But I guess with all the weird shit Starfleet captains encounter every day, that probably would just get written off as another weird shit. We'll take a neutrino deflector array and then immediately sell it. No. We once again have a full thingy. Okay, we no longer have a full thingy. Oh, wait, cancel. Take all. Open this up. Replicator. Recycle. Sisko created the Pa Wraiths. That is not a crime I've heard laid at Sisko's feet before. Tell me more. It would be interesting though if it was a proxy war. So it's not just the Continuum and the Prophets like throwing godlike powers at each other, but coming to the conclusion that if they did that, they would destroy the universe. So they have to settle it by using like different agents against each other. Oh, the Romulan War was in the next season of Enterprise? I thought the Romulan War was a lot later. Yeah, I remember that, Astro Alligator. Didn't work out. Well, the question is, Cookies, could they? Because if the Prophets are using their powers to hold the wormhole open, and the Q are like, snap, close it, would it actually close? When was TOS, Trexpert? Oh, is that already a comic book storyline? Makes sense. I was just saying to myself that sounded like a Star Trek comic idea. Huh, okay. I didn't realize the Romulan War was 100 years before TOS. Interesting, Nihilus. Didn't the Bajorans know about the Pa Wraiths long before Sisko showed up, though? Like, weren't they part of their religion before that? That is a good point, more cookies. maybe instead of being a fight to the death, it's some kind of contest between the Continuum and the Prophets. Got it. So the Cisco introduced them, and then the Pa-Wraiths started existing, and then the Pa-Wraiths went back and, like, because they existed then, they also existed in the past, and then they started influencing the past because they existed then. Non-linear time, man. Yeah, that's kind of what I was envisioning. What? Why did I uncloak? Oh, right, that power has a limit. Time limit. I love a good time travel story. I would hate having to figure out the actual mechanics. The Blink episode of Doctor Who is one of my favorite episodes of TV ever. There are no additional patrols on our sensors, sir, but we are detecting a high concentration of Borg on the planet's surface. I don't remember what her voice was like. We're picking up the energy signature of a large data node, which means the Borg have connected the entire planet to the collective. Starfleet believes that the research team can be saved, and they may have the information we need to formulate a treatment that can save multitudes from the Borg nanovirus. The away team is ready to leave on your command. Not now, because I want to scan this hydrazine gas. Yeah, that makes sense, Nihilus. Sir, sensors are detecting numerous Borg life signs and a few non-Borg life signs ahead. Recommend we proceed with caution. Acknowledged. Summon dinosaurs. Sir, those Borg are about to assimilate that scientist. Oh, those Borg, right there. You know, them talking about the Borg nanovirus got me thinking, how terrifying would it be if Borg assimilation ever went airborne? There we go.
Thank you. Your arrival could not have been more timely. My fellow researchers are
yes,
still
exactly,
at our camp
Dexter.
And require your assistance. There are Borg in the area.
Stay behind us. We'll handle the Borg. It sounded a little like Jerry Ryan. I know it wasn't, but... Whoa. Yes, exactly, Astro. Trexpert, I'm not sure... Oh! The Kobayashi Maru was a real thing that actually happened. That's interesting. Knowledge. Stay alert. I think I would dislike the never having my own thoughts part of it, Looney. As much as it would be nice for my brain to be quiet, my brain could definitely do with a good glass of shut-up juice sometimes. This morning, I started thinking about something I did wrong in high school. And I was like, it's 6 a.m. What if we slept instead? And my brain was like, no, you need to think about this one for a while. Yeah, tell your brain to shut up never works, unfortunately. Oh, thank you very much for the raid, Eric! Hello, Eric's Raiders. Hold on, let me get out of this combat. My bridge officers can handle that. Hello, everybody from 16-Bit Eric. Welcome. My name is Mikey Fatum, also known as Vengeance God or Ambassador Kel. We do streams every weekday at noon, mostly, where it's a variety of games. Mondays are Star Trek Online, which we're playing right now. Tuesdays are going to be Jedi Academy for the foreseeable future. Wednesdays, No Man's Sky. Thursday is City of Heroes, and Friday is Marvel Rivals. Although things may change in the future, you know, because variety streamer. But we also just hang out and have fun. Please come in, take a seat, grab a cup of coffee, or a cup of soda, or a cup of water. Join our Discord. We'd love to see you there. Yeah. And remember to give a follow if you want to see more of our stuff. And now back to Star Trek Online.
Captain, we are receiving requests for transport from some scientists on the surface. Beam them up.
I do voice acting to avoid getting bored while reading MMO dialogue.
Thanks for the rescue.
Oh, this
fucker! My name is Dr. Eric Cooper. My team and I are researching the Borg nanovirus. It's fascinating. The Borg have been using it to assimilate entire planets. The land, the buildings, the people. Anyway, during the course of our research, the nanovirus
I don't remember who this guy is, other than that he's a jerk that betrays us.
To signal the collective. We cannot allow the Borg to continue using this nanovirus. I think we have enough data to formulate a counteragent, but we'll need
okay, so he's not an Undeed yet. All right, I'm very sorry, Eric Cooper.
That's why I stayed behind. I can get you inside the compound, but then it will be up to you to recover the data. Can I count on your assistance?
There's too much at stake to refuse.
Thank you. I'm in your debt, as is the entire Alpha Quadrant. Lead the way to the force field.
I am excited to see if I can figure out when he gets replaced. Is there anything down here? I don't know what would be down here, actually. We're gonna go this way. So, Eric Raiders, what were y'all doing in Eric's stream today? Don't be shy. We don't bite, mostly. I don't speak for everyone. Nihilus bites sometimes. That's cool. Also, that's cool. Oh, this is not the way down. Oh, I just went back to the start, didn't I? Jeez. Dexter, nerd away, please. This is a nerd out friendly channel. And there's my blue Rubik's Cubes. I had a thought just then that was a very weird thought where I was like, man, it would be really hard to solve a Rubik's Cube where all the sides were the same color. And then I realized as I thought it, no it wouldn't. It's already solved. Let's get a dinosaur and some scorpion robots in here. So I figured out from a tooltip earlier in the game, I don't know if you all saw it when I was streaming before, but the reason that people disintegrate when you hit them with a sword sometimes is because expose attacks are supposed to disintegrate people. There was a whole tutorial that said that, which makes sense because the swords all do expose attacks. Numbers or something over the blue. What blue we talking about here, Looney? Those guys are definitely going to come alive and try to kill me, but I have to figure out how to trigger that first. Wait for Cooper to reach controls. Oh, there he is. Okay. You got it, Cooper. I believe you. In you. Come on, wake up already. We all know you're going to. Thank you. Oh, if there was numbers over the blue. Yes, that makes sense. Yeah, that's one of those things that's not, I would say, were it up to me, would not be a priority to change or do anything with, Jeremy. Because it's just like, it's kind of funny. Woo! Bye! Oh, that sucks, Dexter. I'm sorry. Now, for those of you who are just joining us for the very first time, I'm using a sword because the Borg can't adapt to having their head cut off. It's a bit of logic that Starfleet should have done. Should have definitely done more. Rick flaring the Borg. Woo! Oh, okay. I gotta go talk to Cooper.
I've overridden the force fields, but the Borg detected the intrusion into their systems. They'll know you're coming. Head into the facility and locate the central data node. We don't have time to search for the right files, so simply transfer all the information to your ship's computer and hold off the Borg until the transfer is complete. I'll stay here. I'd probably just get in your way.
Drop the force fields and then get out of sight. We'll get the data.
I really wish I could just attack these guys while they were sitting there. It's like, I know you're gonna wake up and come and try to kill me. The Borg always spark like that when they die? I'd never noticed it before. Maybe because I'm always vaporizing them with a sword. Can't go that way. Hello, Borgies. Goodbye, Borgies. Borgie and Bess. Alright, where is this data node? Of these! Yes, everyone needs Badgie. Badgie is love, Badgie is life. I just wish I could have gotten combat Badgie. I was just thinking I probably would have abused my powers if I had been around when Combat Badgie released. Actually, no, I think I was around when Combat Badgie was released. Why didn't I abuse my powers and tell people that I needed to get a test code for Combat Badgie for a giveaway? Uh-oh. Give me your health! This is bad. Yep, I died. Well, yes, that was great for everybody else. I wanted to. What I was saying is, I wanted to abuse my power and get the Badgie giveaway code, so I could give it to me. You think I wanted it for all of you? Whoa, uh-oh. Well, there I am. And I died. Oh no, sorry, Dexter. I do have lots of low-buy. But I don't know that I want to open a bunch of boxes. What are the chances of getting Combat Badgie? Anybody know? Ah! Stop assimilating me! Gambling stream. It's bad chances? Okay. Might not waste my time then. That's a good point. I do also have a bunch of EC. Yeah, I never knew the exact odds for things like lockboxes and such. Not because nobody would have told me. I just my brain doesn't do numbers like that. Give me your health! How did I lose it again so quickly? Do. Any minute now. So many deaths. Thank you, Red Angel Suit. Speaking of Red Angel Suit. Oh wow, the Red Angel Suit hits like a truck. But not fast enough. Now the Borg have assimilated a Red Angel Suit. Everybody's doomed. Okay. Where are we supposed to be going anyway? Over there, okay. I'm gonna do a thing where I just run to the exit, because that's what it's telling me to go. Orbital strike inbound, sir! Watch out! Oh, nice job, guys. I appreciate you. None of the Borg died because of the orbital strike. That is extremely worrying. Time to leave. Where did that assimilated Undine come from? Why is he fighting the Borg?
I need you back here. Undine troops are beaming down. They're focusing on the Borg, but they'll find me soon.
Alright, time to switch it up. Oh, interesting. I used a heal power and it did nothing. sure injuries are piling up here. Should probably fix that. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. We hit the button. It's just annoying. That is one of those things that I would not even bother to submit as a bug report because I would know that it doesn't, like, there's nothing to be done about it. It's just not, that's one of the things that just can happen. Hey, Ramona, thank you. I am feeling better, and I appreciate that. Having COVID for a week and then having symptoms even though I was done with COVID for another week really sucked. Darn it. Give me your health! Yeah, I think there's a certain point where the game is already like, you're going to die, and like the healing item will still activate, but you've taken enough damage the game has already calculated you as dead. Alright, we found Dr. Eric Cooper.
It looked like the Borg just abducted that Undine. But that's pointless. Undine can't be assimilated. Unless the Borg must believe they have found a way to assimilate the Undine. We have to stop them. There's probably too much interference to transport, but there are some pattern enhancers nearby. Those should help us get back to your ship.
Ha! Rachel Pence fan? Yes. 100%. 150% Dr. Eric Cooper is sus as hell. Hey, Setaverse! Thank you very much for the subscription, Setaverse! I really appreciate it! Thank you for helping to support the channel. I am so grateful that I get to do this and hang out with y'all. Man, playing Among Us with all of you would actually be really fun. That was my pandemic game. I think I'm going the wrong way. Maybe not. Definitely going the wrong way. Go that way, huh? I don't think I can go that way.
Oopsie.
Alright, Dexter, when you get back, tell me if it's something I can actually play on stream. Because I can't listen to it before I just start playing it. Okay, beam to ship. Captain, the Borg sphere is escaping with the Undine captive. If they are able to return it to the collective and assimilate it, just imagine what they can do with Undine drones. It looks like the sphere is being pursued by an Undine ship. Laying a pursuit course.
Oopsie.
Looney, I've had sound clips for a while, bud. Where you been? Whoa! Okay. Don't you know we got Death Stars? We got Death Stars. We got Death Stars. And you know that we got it. Death Star. I was totally surprised by the Eric Cooper reveal, but, you know, that first time I played this was obviously not on a stream. I'd love to do a team-up stream with Noah at some point. That would be fun. Yeesh, Dexter. Is she okay? Yes, thank you for understanding the reference, Looney. Once upon a time in the ancient internet. Alright, so many different types of armor. I'll just do this one. I don't know. Okay. All right. Well, it is 2 o'clock on the nose, and that means it's time for a League of Swords break. For those of you who don't know, The League is my TV show that I created and am currently running. We just did a show this past weekend, and it is the storytelling of pro wrestling combined with choreographed sword fights instead of wrestling with all kinds of crazy sci-fi and fantasy characters. So we're going to throw an episode on that while I go refill my water and go get a little bit of a snack, and then I will be back in about 10 minutes, and we'll keep playing some Star Trek Online. So I will see you very shortly. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Previously on The League of Swords.
Nothing more of an underdog story than a kid from Jersey taking on the big guy. I'm gonna challenge Dad and Jack. Big butthole over there. Mad Jack the Festival, that's the name. I know the methods of the strong point, or public speaking, or fighting. I don't know what your strong point is, but listen. Bring it on, Jackie boy!
Millions of years ago, the monks of the Way saved the universe. They did it by creating the greatest tournament of strength and steel the world has ever known. Welcome to the League of Swords.
Gotta dig deep, gotta feel the desire. Take a look inside and find what fuels the fire. Do I fight to live or do I live to fight? I wrestle with the beast inside me every night. It's the League of Swords, a battle for the crown evermore. It's the League of Swords. Show us what you stand for. It's the League of Swords. Now it's time to go to war. It's the League of Swords. Better fight for your life.
Hello and welcome to the League of Swords! My name is Nungwaya, and I'm with
Ron the Real Deal Steel.
He's pretty amazing, ladies and gentlemen.
I have my moment.
Yes, yes. Tonight, we have a match between Ice Pick Johnny Lamar and Mad Jack McAslin.
We saw them earlier exchanging words, but now they're here to deliver some blows.
You know, if memories are as long as their swords, I just think you probably got a really short memory.
Am I going to win against Toothpick Johnny? Do I even need to answer that question? I mean, look at him. He looks like the definition of a bad idea. He is a hangover personified. They should just throw this fight and call it no contest.
Everybody's saying, like, no guy fighting the highest scoring guy in this whole tournament, there's no chance. Nobody believes in me. But I believe in him, and that's the most important part. Plus, he's wearing a skirt. I've got it in the bag.
And now it's time for your League of Swords main event. Introducing first.
There's Thirsty Thompson getting his drink.
I hear Vegas.
The one that you never want to lose. Ice Pick Johnny Lamar.
Ice Pick's got his sharp knife and glasses of slang on.
Man, these ropes are out here trying to kill everybody today.
It's a very violent day. I think it's the atmosphere.
You know, I also love yelling at the crowd. It's my favorite.
From the darkness of his own past, carrying the weight of two worlds,
Mad Jack is back for another match.
And why is it going to that bottom rope?
Unfortunate luck. It is. It's very wise. Dangerous kill, but an amazing breeze. But people keep interrupting his matches, whether to take him out. Hopefully, we don't get that this time.
I'm thinking hair for hair, man. I'm thinking whoever wins is to keep their hair. So you got on that pretty little head of yours. Well, you don't have quite so much.
Wait, did I hear what I just heard? Is this a head shave
Hair
match?
versus hair? What is this, mid-90s WWF?
Never shave your hair. Protect your mane.
I remember when I lost my hair. Ugh, my ex-wife conned me hard.
Woo! Cat! Well on Ice Pick Lamar. He's very fast with that knife. But
He's actually really good at getting in despite the range difference.
Ice Pick can get about 3 slices in for every one of Mad Jack slices. So hopefully. Grab, dodge.
Ah, leg slice, well done.
And it was his favorite.
I don't know if that was actually his favorite leg.
Head, butt.
Oh!
Because I like it like that.
These fighters are getting real dirty. Punches and everything.
And Jack gets his sword back before he's DQ'd. Well done.
You could have a little bit more class and kick something in the dice, but you're just so kickable that way. No wonder the queen didn't trust you in the country. That's right.
Oh! Bringing the queen into it?
What is this? It's a sneak attack!
He doesn't have his weapon and he's outside. So even if he gets back in, that count is going to continue.
I don't know, I think getting out of the ring is smart. It brings everything back down. It slows the momentum. Oh. Well.
I think it's stuck in his tum-tum.
Everyone's got a glowing weak spot of the tum-tum.
Go to sleep.
Oh man, I remember when my mom used to tell me to go to sleep like that. Stomping on my hand, pointing a knife at me.
Just saying, go night-night. Go night-night.
And your winner, Mad Jack McCaslin!
You know, I think we've learned that Ice Pick Lamar's weakness is his soft underbelly.
Well, that and now his hair.
Oh, his hair, his glorious mane.
All right, Mad Jack McButthole. You won. And a hairbed is a hairbed, so let's get to work. All right. We gotta clean it up a little bit, but we're almost there. Coming for you, Jackie boy.
That's how you get ahead in life. Feet first, feet second.
And we're back. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Did you enjoy the break? Because I sure did. Jeez, Looney, I'm glad it works now. Alright, let's go to deep space, whatever. Nels, I don't know what you're talking about. I definitely wasn't listening to my audiobook for a minute while you guys were watching an ad. That's crazy. Captain, I'm detecting the wreckage of an Undine ship. It could be the vessel following the Borg sphere that captured the Undine prisoner at Omicron Kappa 2. We must stop the sphere before it can return to the collective fleet. Any information the Borg could learn from the prisoner could upset the balance of power. Confirmed, sir. This wreckage matches the energy signature of the Undine vessel that followed the Borg sphere that captured the Undine prisoner on Omicron Kappa 5 in the library with the candlestick. It appears to have been destroyed recently. We must be very close. That's funny that fixing it from a coffee spill made it better, Ramona. Alright, let's just go blow up this Borg sphere. I mean, that is the solution to all the world's ills, apparently, Looney. Oh, just to you, then. Good job, Dexter! Wait, this thing isn't dead? Confused. I took it down to 0 health. Good work, Dexter. We're all proud of you. Those rifts open into fluidic space. The Borg have tangled with the Undine in fluidic space before, sir, but they were defeated. They were unable to assimilate the Undine, and without that, the Undine was able to push them out. If they're willing to spend a force into fluidic space again, the Borg must think they have adapted in a way that will allow them to defeat the Undine. But engines of power creep since this mission was made. That makes sense. There we go. Yeah, we're about to all get real moist, Dexter. Moist in space. I wonder if you sit around. Jeremy might know the answer to this. I don't know if he's still here. I wonder if you just sat around and did nothing, would these enemy groups eventually destroy each other? And how long would that take? Probably more likely that one of the groups would destroy the other, like the Borg would win or the Undine would win, depending on how the enemy groups are set up. Captain, there is a Borg ship reappearing through the rift, and it has an Undine vessel locked in a tractor beam. Sir, if the Borg brought an Undine vessel to our dimension, they must have some purpose for it, we know. They may have even adapted to the point that they can assimilate the Undine's organic technology, or even the Undine themselves. I am detecting Undine ships about to emerge from the singularity. Perhaps they are trying to rescue their ship as well. The Undine vessels are heavily armed, sir. I would recommend avoiding a confrontation if possible. We'll choose our targets carefully, but we want both the Borg and the Undine out of our space. Cloak. Just gonna ignore that guy, actually. Wow. I blew that guy up fast. Oh no, oh no. I hit the oh shit button on time for once. What? What? What was that? Oh yeah, that's funny, Ramona. I didn't even really notice that. When you make a major change like that, there's going to be a lot of stuff. I wonder if I should make like a PC build advice channel in the Discord. It seems like we've got some people who have the mind for it. So on our computers at work, when I worked for Cryptic, we would have this thing called a local shard, which is basically the entire game installed on your computer rather than looking for a server. And load times on there would just be insanely long, just so long. Like this feels like a long load time, but the actual load time on a local shard would be like 8 to 10 minutes. And so I've gotten so used to just staring at those numbers going. Alright, if you guys don't mind, I'm not going to read for a bit. I don't know why, I get really sick of reading dialogue. I think it's because, I was talking about this with Mei Ling yesterday. I think it's because when you're streaming, there's no, there's no audience feedback. So doing something that could be tedious, like streaming, like reading text during the stream, feels like my brain is immediately like, everybody hates this. You have to stop. Everyone hates this. Which is probably not true, but I was trying to think if there was a way to, it'd be kind of cool to set up like an audience app for things like virtual productions and streaming, where people had to, like, not had to, like people could have their microphone on while they're watching you, but it would only detect and play like laughs and cheers. I don't know how possible that would be, but it would be interesting. Well, thank you, Dexter. Yeah, I know, Doc. I always feel bad about skipping it, especially when it's voice acted. I do laugh whenever somebody's like they don't understand the story of a game and they've never read any of the dialogue. All right, well, a few people enjoy it. You know, honestly, Looney, the British have the best slang for things. Quid. It's a great way to say money. Snog for making out. My problem with any game that has both written and voice-acted text at the same time, which is most games, is that I read faster than people talk. So, like, I'll let the voice... If I'm really going at my own personal speed, I'll let the voice acting play for about half the line of dialogue, and then I'll skip. Alright, one more to go. You'll name your next dog Bobby Dazzler. Looney, I think it's a Pacled. You can switch back and forth if you want. I gave my guy the most generic Klingon voice, but all the dialogue that he says is like super generic Starfleet dialogue anyway, so. Even though he's a Klingon. They do a good job of making it something that captains of all three factions would say, but it's still pretty generic. I appreciate that, Dexter. That's funny, Ramona. Okay, well, I'm not sure what I just did, but I'm glad I did it. Well, Looney's a mutant, obviously.
I am definitely detecting Undine life signs ahead, sir, but something appears to be wrong with them. The patterns don't match the information we have available in our physiology.
That's because they've probably been assimilated. We're in trouble. Ah, jeez. You can't get him anywhere else but in the 23rd century, Disco? That's weird. Temerians are the Shaco and the Walls Fell guys, right? My brain is blanking on species names. Okay, yeah. I don't know of any, I haven't heard a lot of Temerian hate going around. There's a lot of, you know, that one Lower Decks character who I love how the way they did his Temerian dialogue. The kit modules are exclusive. Interesting. Well, I don't think all Talaxians suck. Maybe just our most prominent example. And I actually don't hate Neelix that much. His relationship with Kess was weird and possessive. That is 100% true. But everybody in Star Trek basically has a weird heel turn when it comes to romance at some point, thanks to the people who are writing the shows. By English lit people? Why? Why do English lit people hate it?
What are they doing to those Undine? Are they failed experiments, or is that what the Borg wanted to do to them? We must help them, sir. If we can destroy their networks, it should free them from Borg control. We can't let them live like this.
And Nihilus was like, bear him, oh. Oh, okay. We freed him from their control by killing him. Yeah, no, it's 100% true that all of that makes sense. It just, you know, we didn't know all of that backstory originally, so. I don't remember that guy, Ramona, but that's hilarious. Looney, that is wild. This is a detail I have clearly forgotten. But you know what they say about Snoo Stew. Never thought I'd go that way, but I always kind of hoped. Hey, Fragrance, have you considered water? Nope, I think you spelled it wrong and mispronounced it, Fragrance. I will allow you a can of liquid death, so you at least feel like you're drinking something bad. I still love all of the like Tumblr memes about how like BDSM and Klingon culture involves, you know, cuddling and words of affirmation. It's considered so immoral and disgusting. Uh-oh. Looks like they did manage to assimilate one of them boys. Also, lest you forget, never go up against Cillian while death is on the line. Ah! Oh, thanks, buddy. Oh, no, wait, that was the Red Angel suit that did that. Get some more troops in here. That is interesting, Dexter. I never dove that deep. Oh, that's cool. Like the written text? Yeah, I figured it wasn't a direct translation, Looney, since it's pictograms. It's cool that somebody thought about it in that much detail, though. Oh, there's a vinculum in here? Good old-fashioned vinculum? Where do I go to overload the... Ah. Oh, okay. Still very cool. Yeah, you can kind of infer what all of the different sayings mean. Sensor logs indicate we have successfully prevented the Borg from sending their findings back to the collective. However, we have no choice but to destroy that ship to prevent the Borg from recovering the data. Arm weapons and target that cube. Not a cube. That's funny. Yeah, exactly, Dexter. You can kind of infer. What happened to your chaotic Monday now? Looks like the Undine destroyed the Borg cube before we had a chance. Congratulations, sir. We have prevented the Borg from learning how to assimilate the Undine and discovered the location of the Borg foothold into fluidic space. I'm sure we can adapt their techniques to open a singularity into fluidic space, sir. But first, we should report our findings to command. Off we go. Alright, we're getting... Huh. That sounds fun.
Congratulations, General.
Give that to my healer. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm doing something. Comes down with me on round. Okay. Heals me. So it's Tith. Go. Huh. Oh, there it is. Alright, there you go, buddy. Oh, hey, Flo! Welcome, welcome! Good to see ya! Oh my god, Nihilus. Alright. Oh, he's injured. Can't allow that. Let's cure all these injuries. tangentially relates to the warp drive failures part. Interesting. Oh. Why it opened behind like that? Okay. Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that, Dexter. That is Comrade. Ah. That's funny. Alright, what are we doing next? Gotta do fluid dynamics. Alright. Let's go get moist, everybody. Dexter, tell your mom to stop choking on things. We are indeed playing Borg Advance Flow. Yeah, we're going through the story, just going through the whole story, piece by piece. We will see if Tuvok's hand actually hits my face or goes through my entire brain. The Borg always make unsolicited advances. Oh, that's not until a much later episode. Okay, never mind. It's really funny to me that Tim Russ, you know, he was a Vulcan for a bunch of years on Trek in a bunch of different ways, and when you listen to the man talk in, you know, like interviews and stuff, he really sounds very Vulcan and very like calm and, you know, passionate but in control. But the thing that he's other thing besides Star Trek that he's most known for is we ain't found shit. It's a privilege, Admiral. Even in the Klingon Empire, we have heard stories of Voyager's travels.
Thank you. Your meteoric rise through the ranks is well known to me as well. Sensors indicate the division between normal and fluidic space is thinner here, making crossing much easier. The Undine have used this location in the past. We will use it now.
Oh yeah, I'm deeply meteoric flow.
Remain here to protect this area.
Just like this.
Our team will enter fluidic space, locate, and then survey the Borg presence there. If possible, we will destroy it. When you are ready, Voyager will open the Singularity.
Open the Singularity, Admiral Tuvok. See, I liked how there's a lot of older missions where, you know, it was all three factions going in. Sometimes in the newer ones, you just get, like, a bunch of Starfleet vessels. Oh, yeah. I am the chosen one. I am the chosen one. Alright, let's dance. Diggity-diggity-diggity-diggity.
We have made a successful transition into fluidic space.
I mean, it's sensors, Looney Welsh. But, you know, for some reason, a lot of alien species say sensors.
Species 8472. Sensors are detecting a Borg signature nearby. Your vessel will take the lead in the investigation.
That's true, Trexpert.
We will follow.
Yeah, this character actually is one of those people. I legendarily Klingon'd him up. So... Sir, we are being affected by a wave-like current in fluidic space, which is causing our ship to move involuntarily. I wish we had more time to study this phenomenon. Let's see if we can heal this. Hooray! That reference I did not get, Looney.
It's some kind of Borg device, sir. I recommend we approach and get a closer scan.
Whoops. I recommend we do a barrel roll. Now, Kung Pao Enter the Fist is another one that I haven't seen. And I really want to. I actually just need to remember to sit down and watch that.
Sensors indicate, the scans indicate this is an interplexing beacon, sir. The Borg must not be able to transmit their subspace frequencies as easily through the organic fluid that comprises fluidic space. These relays are boosting the signal to allow communication with the collective in normal space. This means we should be able to follow those beacons to the Borg foothold here. Set course for the next beacon.
Me too, Flo. I don't like it when people are like, oh, the Klingons just stole all their technology. It's like, no, there's a whole culture there, guys. Just because they believe in honor and glory in battle doesn't mean that every single one is a meathead with a sword.
Data acquired, sir. It appears to be a total of 5 interplexing beacons in the sequence. The next one is just ahead. Set a course for the next beacon.
That's true. You can both steal and be smart, but I feel like Klingons wouldn't have made it to the stars if they were just ripping off other races.
Dahar Master, this beacon appears to be picking up a subspace transmission from within fluidic space with a Klingon Defense Force signature. Recommend we investigate, Captain. Another ship of the fleet may require assistance. Agreed. Set an intercept course for the source of the signal.
We've been examining the data on the interplexing beacons, and we believe we may have discovered a vulnerability in the Borg subspace carrier wave technology.
Oh, I love that. Post-Trexford. Sorry.
You are fighting a battle.
There is no more honorable battle. I love that. Somebody took it and put it over Martok, which just makes sense.
This is acceptable. We will investigate the signal while the Ventrue remains here.
That was Venture, not Ventrue, wasn't it? You could take the guy out of the Vampire the Masquerade LARP. Nihilus, thank you very much for getting Flo a subscription. That's awesome of you. And we just hit our sub goal.
In fluidic space. It is not a planet by Starfleet definitions. If I had to categorize it, I would say it is similar to the coral reefs found in Earth's oceans. The ground itself is a framework for living creatures.
Yeah, Ramona, it would be really interesting to do a more deep dive.
We are detecting a number of ships in the area.
I have a feeling we can get an idea of how the Klingon warrior caste rose up to power by looking at what's exactly happening right now.
Most species from the Alpha and Beta quadrants appear to be represented.
The image is not loading, Trexpert. Just gives me a broken image thing. Find a derelict ship. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. No, I think everyone's seen that at some point, Trexpert. And I love it. Yeah, that's also true, Nihilus.
Curious. These ships have identical configurations as ships found in the Alpha and Beta quadrants. But they cannot have been constructed there. I'm detecting alloys that are not used in standard starship construction. Run a metallurgical analysis.
Braggarts, I can't wait for this punchline. Oh, no, wait, you were responding to Nihilus's Klingon affairs. Yep. The great thing about good drama and world building is everything happens for a reason, and the great thing about world building is that even when stuff doesn't happen for a reason, you can still make those reasons. The there is so much good lore out there about, you know, Leia and Luke being brother and sister, and that wasn't decided until the third movie. Aye, sir. Running analysis now. The alloys correspond to technology found on Iconia and recovered Iconian technology. But why would Iconians make fake ships?
I intend to find out.
Flo, you're allowed to slap Nihilus in the face.
Sir, I am detecting some kind of gateway opening and a huge fleet coming through. On screen.
These must be more Iconian frauds.
The Undine are destroying them.
Haven't died since you left, Dexter.
Sir, we're picking up an incoming distress call from the USS Venture.
Captain Simmons to Voyager. The Borg are here. We're taking heavy fire and need immediate assistance.
Set course to the Venture. Maximum speed. I said maximum speed.
Uh-oh, there's just escape pods left? That's no good.
Dr. Cooper was in an escape pod, Captain. He wants to speak to you from the transporter room. Patch him through.
Yep, that's exactly true, Flo. That's why I prescribe to the idea that your own personal canon is more important than anything that anybody tells you is canon, officially or not.
I never should have come on this mission. I'm a scientist, not an explorer. Take me out of this awful place right now.
Calm down for a second and talk to me. What happened?
The Borg attacked and we had to abandon ship. We were floating here, waiting, and then Undine. They came out of nowhere, tore through us like tissue paper.
Yeah, this feels like when he was been replaced already.
So strong. We're weak. Please take me out of here.
What about Captain Simmons? She's not in the escape pods.
I don't know. It all happened so fast. She insisted on being the last one to leave the ship. I don't even know if she made it out alive. Now, can we leave?
I'm sorry, Dr. Cooper, but we have a mission to complete.
Because, yeah, his whininess quotient went up a lot. That's what we think, Nels. It's never been confirmed as far as I know. I feel like instead of scanning these things, we should just be blowing them up. Because if they're helping the Borg communicate in fluidic space, blowing them up would help. Oh, that's cool, Eric.
Beacon scanned, sir. Coordinates of final beacon have been downloaded. This beacon is handling a significant amount of traffic, sir. The last beacon should give us the information we need.
Yeah, we deliberately did that, I know for sure, and I know the exact moment where the change occurs in the Discovery story. I think most people have figured it out already. And when I say I know the exact moment, I mean I knew the exact moment, and if I played the mission again, I'd see it.
Sir, this is the final beacon. I have the coordinates of the Borg fleet. We're very close. Shields up. Proceed with caution.
Heh, Nihilus, that's hilarious. He just learned how to shapeshift as a human into an Undine. It was all a big misunderstanding. I mean, that's an interesting idea, Theron. I think the idea with the Discovery Klingons was that they were very much like
the Borg presence is much larger
old Klingons, you know, like based off of really old tech and warrior casts and things like that.
Voyager will follow your lead.
Yeah, Ramona, we did give him notes. But yeah, I don't remember exactly where it is in the mission. I'd have to go back and play it. So everybody runs all of their ideas through CBS, Theron. But, you know, sometimes CBS cares and sometimes they don't. Nihilus, Star Trek, STA is Star Trek Adventures, the role-playing game, not Starfleet Academy. Yeah, I think you're 100% correct, Trexpert. Acknowledged, we're going in. Acknowledged, we're immediately cloaking.
Is that a Borg Unimatrix? It's enormous!
I admit that it is an impressive structure.
I do like that we switched out the cubes of the assimilators, even though it led to some dialogue issues last mission. Just because it does make more sense. Thomas was right about this, that we're not popping Borg cubes like candy. Yeah, Dr. Cooper is very punctual. Defeat Borg ships. Are there any other Borg ships? If that was a bamboozle, Nihilus, I'm very sorry. And also, would you like to hear about this bridge I have? Yeah, but it's less like, oh no, a Borg cube. I've destroyed 4,000 of those in the last week. You know? At least when you see one, even when you destroy it, it's like a rare and somewhat frightening occurrence. Oh yeah, well it's because they're the first enemy that was added to the game. Where Mona was saying the Borg are the most power creep affected enemies, and yeah, they're like the first or second mob that was in the game. So they used to be terrifying, and now they're just exploding. I mean, my personal headcanon is just that the Discovery Klingons are just shaved Klingons that are a little bit weirder looking. I don't think it needs much more explanation than that. Just like I'm not a huge fan of making the weird yellow face Klingons canon from TOS canon. Ah! Nope. A whole show about the Department of Temporal Investigations, like a miniseries or even a movie, would be really fun. Yeah, that works for me too, Ramona. Yeah, I think that's kind of where I was thinking it, Trexpert. Oh yeah, I forgot that we have this video game that could also do storylines. I don't know how it is nowadays. I don't know if Flo is still here to talk about it. We really focused on story arcs when I was there, but I always thought it would be good for STO to have a bunch of, more one-off missions. I really wanted to do one based on 23,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Not even necessarily an episodic arc. Who said that? It's gone now. Oh, Nels. Not even a whole arc of just episodic things, but just like, in between fighting the Mirror Universe and then the Mirror Borg invade, there's like a one-off, of something else cool happening. Yeah, I think Flo has flown away. Wow! Yeah, exactly, Trexpert. Oh yeah, for sure, Flo. Gotta finish up that storyline first. Yeah, Ramona. Well, technically, the 10th anniversary mission was developed as a single mission. And then it was just, we realized how freaking long the mission would be and said, let's break it into two. Yeah, that makes sense, Jeremy. Wow, okay. It's funny because I feel exactly the opposite, but my opinions don't feel like... I just feel like if I'm waiting, 4 months for the next part of the story, I'd rather just wait for 4 months for a new cool thing. But that is not... I do not speak for all the players. Alright, so I gotta figure out why this Borg command diamond is just massacring me the moment I appear. Maybe I'm just getting too close? Not moving fast enough, maybe? I know part of it is because it's draining shields so fast. Yes, that is true, Fragrance. Everyone who plays the game. Am I still playing on Advanced? Yes, it seems that I am. So that's probably why it's ripping me a new thruster port every time. Seems to be balancing out now. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to abandon arcs in favor of only standalone missions. But I also think arcs, because they're so serious, prevent us from, or not us anymore, prevent y'all from getting your lower decks on.
Now. I recommend an immediate withdrawal.
Sounds good. Like having one-off funny episodes. I really wanted to do an episode where Badgie took over the automated USS Texas fleet. Something fun like that. Yeah, Disco, those are the episodes that were deliberately removed, but kept for being popular. They were hid behind level 60 because we didn't want new players to stumble on them and be confused. Yeah, maybe, Ramona. I'm not sure. The post-credits scene of the Mirror Borg from the Mirror Arc really seemed to get people stoked for the next episode, even though they weren't technically connected. Yeah, I don't know how. Again, I don't know anything, but anymore, because I don't work there no more. But yeah. I would imagine that remastering old arcs is not at the top of the priority list. Whether Flo and Jeremy can confirm that or not, based on what I know from when we worked there and resources.
To our respective commands immediately. We thought that the Undine were responding to a Borg incursion into their space, but it now appears that the Iconians, or some entity posing as them, has created false Alpha and Beta Quadrant ships and sent them into fluidic space.
No, Theron, you cannot dream. I am here to destroy your dreams. Ah! Starting with the bad news, I see.
There is some good news. The spread of the Borg nanovirus has halted, and thanks to the Doctor's research, we should be able to prevent future planets from being assimilated in this manner. The Borg will adapt in time, but we have also stopped
fatality
the technique for Undine assimilation to the collective. It is possible they could learn how to do so again.
Yeah, exactly, Jeremy.
The Borg in fluidic space were forced to retreat, and logic suggests it will be quite some time before they trouble the Undine again. The end of the Borg attacks in their home might stop the Undine advance into our space. But if the Iconians continued to trick Species 8472 with false incursions, they could decide to invade ours in retaliation.
Yeah, the problem, BDSO, and I'll say this from my former stuff, but the problem with that theory is that it's untested whether people would show up for a season that was just remastered content. Everybody says they would, but the problem is that everybody is not everybody. There's a wide difference between you lovely people who we interact with all the time and the huge amount of STO players who never go on streams or Twitter or anywhere to interact with the developers. So, there's a lot of risk involved in just saying, okay, let's make the next season, remastering old episodes, because a bunch of people might see that and not show up at all. Yep, Fragrance, I know. You keep far away from those. Yeah, that actually sounds like a good, Ramona, that sounds like a good request list. Jeremy, get on that immediately. What happens
Voyager
now?
Will take Dr. Cooper and the other survivors back to Earth. I suggest that we all confer with our fleet commanders to determine the next course of action. We have not seen the last of the Undine.
Understood. Until next time, Admiral. It's true, Drexpert, but in video game development, especially in development of a, let's say, aging MMO, risks can be terrifying. If the team takes a big risk and nobody shows up for a season, that can really affect people's, really affect the money the game pulls in. We had a couple of times while I was there where, like one thing, like a lockbox, wasn't as popular as we thought it would be, and it was pretty devastating. So. Looney, I would guess that the people who care about and want to steward this game into looking and being the best it can be are the people who are pushing against putting those removed missions back as is. I guess I'll take some dual cannons. I'm not going to use them. Alrighty. I'm gonna go do Starbase 1 to complete the endeavor. That is also true, Flo. Oh, Ramona, that would be great. I would love that. Hey, thank you very much for the follow, Jaden Prime. Remember, folks, if you're new here and you're not following the channel, you should follow so you can get updates as soon as we go live. It's not just graphics, Looney. A lot of those games, those missions are broken in complicated ways that aren't easy to fix. It's not just that they look bad, it's also that they feel bad to play. Hey, Eximer! Welcome, welcome! Thanks, Jeremy. I don't mind talking from my past knowledge, but you guys don't have to respond with what you, you know, at all. I just appreciate that you're here.
Here they come.
SFC, they are broken from a player perspective. I promise you.
We're cutting for evac of non-essential personnel and civilians.
One thing that's hard to keep track of, but important to remember when you're thinking about things like older missions, or like the TV shows that you loved as a kid. Sometimes you love something because of where you were in your life when you experienced it. Not necessarily because it holds up in perfect quality forever. Yeah, there's not a switch to flip, for sure. There's not a toggle to be like, missions visible again. Or if there was, even if there was, that would break so many things. Now you'd have to figure out where they go in the game, you'd have to figure out how the missions are accessed, you'd have to figure out, you know, one of the reasons that a lot of missions got pruned is because we realized that players were logging into the game and getting their first mission from Admiral Quinn, and then also getting 47 other missions from Quinn right at the start. And it was really confusing and overwhelming from a new player experience. So if we just turned the missions back on, they'd probably pop right up there. And we don't want that. I mean, that's just software. That's not even STO BDSO. That's just software. You just change something without doing any testing or anything like that, and everything's gonna break. No, we know how they were disabled, Looney Welsh, but we can't just re-enable them the same way. All right, so folks, hold on. We're gonna stop for a second.
There's a break in incoming warp signatures.
I'm starting to get annoyed. Which means I can't imagine how Jeremy and Flo are feeling. So let me just break this down. This is not an argument that can be won, y'all. The missions are coming back if the devs are interested in bringing them back. And they're coming back if the devs can put them in a place that is high enough quality. I appreciate everybody coming into the chat and being like, but what about this? But what about this? But what about this? But we as players don't know everything about the game. Even me as a former dev doesn't know everything about how all the game works. So when somebody says, you know, it's more complicated than that, and we can't just do that, especially somebody like Jeremy, who has been working on the game and has a deep institutional knowledge for decades. We can't just say, but what about this? Because it doesn't work. You need to listen to people when they say certain things are impossible. And like, I appreciate it all. I appreciate the amount of fervor and love that everybody has, and I appreciate that everybody's throwing out ideas, and I know nobody's trying to be like a jerk about it, but I also don't want to talk about this for the next 45 minutes. The mission, it would be really cool to get those missions back. It was always intended that they would come back, and you know, maybe someday they will, if the time gets there. But it's not happening right now. So there we go. Sorry if that came across as a little harsh. I hope it didn't. I mean, I think the Cryptic engine, and I don't know this for sure, I think the Cryptic engine is based on the City of Heroes engine, but not like... It's not like somebody opened City of Heroes and built and just added Star Trek ships. No, you guys are okay. Don't feel like you have to beat yourselves up. I just had to say something because we were going down a path. And since I'm no longer paid to be overwhelmed by questions.
The Klingons are regrouping again. Get into position to prepare for the next assault. An evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover.
Hey, damn it, Jim. Welcome. I appreciate you coming in just to razz Fragrance.
Here come the Klingon
Oh,
battleships.
never mind. Unless that was serious. Okay. Abuse of power, Fragrance. Yeah, I know. I went back and forth and realized. Yeah, so that's not entirely how engines work, but yeah, that's a basic way of looking at it. What it would have been is that there would have been a code base that was used for City of Heroes, that then a bunch of engineers worked on said code base to make it work for what the company wanted to do for Star Trek. Ah, okay. Dope. Well then, welcome to having your own private war in my stream too. I appreciate it. No, it's okay, Looney. Seriously, nobody. I can see you're kind of beating yourself up, Looney. It's totally fine. It's one of those things that is hard to understand. One of the problems with being a gamer these days is that we all think we know how game development works because we've read about it, you know, so much over the years. And the first thing I learned when I got into game development was that we know nothing about game development. Everything is so different than how we think it works, which is why, you know, I spent so much time on the streams trying to educate y'all and let you know what was and wasn't possible and why and stuff like that, because I think it really helps. But, you know, I just had to step in because I didn't want Jeremy and Flo to feel like they can't just pop into the stream and hang out without that happening. And Jeremy, I think it's safe to say, and correct me if I'm wrong here, that even though like Neverwinter, Champions, and Stowe use the same engine, they're not necessarily like compatible with one another. Like the engines are very different for each game anyway. Yes, Nihilus, I believe that is true as well. Yeah, I remember that BDSO, but that isn't something to blame the Neverwinter devs for either. If I have ever imparted a single lesson on any of y'all, I hope the lesson that I've imparted is this, is that game developers are human beings, and getting mad about video games is kind of worse. Oh, okay. That's good to know, Jeremy. Yes, that is 100% right, Ramona, and I'm going to read this out loud. It's not a case of what the STO engine can and can't do. We can program the engine to do what we want, but doing that takes time and effort, and sometimes it's not worth the investment, which is something Nick said on Twitter once upon a time, and that is true. See, that's a challenge, Fragrance. All right, we're gonna play a game in chat. We're gonna play a Stump Fragrance chat game. Everybody ask a really hard tech question, and we'll see if Fragrance can answer it. Yep, it's too late. You said you know everything. It's happening now. It's alright, Flo. Accept your godhood. It is actually, that's actually one of the really funny things about, yeah, Jeremy. And some things are impossible even when everybody's a fully trained, engineer. Yep, Fragrance got that one right. Now, Brazilian Nut, I assume that question was aimed at Fragrance. Yes, that's right. Worship me, and I may yet be merciful. Oh my god, I love all these questions. I'm gonna ask one myself. Ooh, that's a good question, Examir. I actually don't know that one. Nope, that is incorrect, Fragrance. I'm sorry. We've stumped Fragrance, and therefore he has lost the game. Jeremy got it, though. This is not terribly surprising. I remember reading a Star Wars Vehicles and Vessels book when I was a kid that explained that the reason Han Solo says it can go 0.5 past light speed is that hyperspace engines are qualified in descending order. So like a 1 is fast, a 0.5 is super fast, a 2 is slower. I don't remember how it made sense, but... You wanted to play as man? I like that. That is an XKCD reference, Trexpert. Oh, all right. Cut off the questions for Fragrance now. Can I heal myself and my ship? Yeah, that was the explanation that had been, the Parsec thing was the explanation that had been in, like, Extended Universe canon for a while. But I liked it. Because then, of course, they went and used parsecs in Attack of the Clones, as they're actually supposed to be used. Where am I going? Oh, I don't know. Alright, so I think... When is the show and tell stream where Flo shows us the paper Etherean ship they used to make the last mission? BDSO, I am not sure what you're talking about, if that is a hilarious joke or a reference to something that I don't know. It may have been in the Q&A. I apologize, I haven't read the Q&A yet because I'm a monster. I mean, it does... I hate trying to pit Star Wars and Star Trek fans against each other. I think that's stupid. They're different kinds of stories, and people enjoy them for different reasons. I hate all of the old fanboy allegiance swearing that we all used to do. You know, like, I was a Nintendo fanboy for most of my life. I hated PlayStation, hated it. And then I bought a PlayStation 2, or PlayStation 3, and it was great. And I felt bad. The paper plan is on Blue Sky. Great. Oh, I did get mentioned in there? I'll have to go check it out. I had, as you all know, I had COVID for a while, and then I had, then I had symptoms of COVID, and then, you know, this weekend I had a League of Swords show. But I will definitely go and check that out. I feel like the chat has really picked up, and the stream is really going well. And the worst thing I could possibly do right now would be to call it here and go. But unfortunately, I do need to kind of call it here because I've got to go and pick up my daughter from school. This whole week, my parents are out of town, so I'm picking up the Fusion from school. And I technically could pick her up a little later, but I think I want to get her a little earlier. So anyway, I will wrap up here. So, folks, it has been an honor and a pleasure having you all on the stream. Thank you very much to Jeremy and Flo for being here and for putting up with us. And thank you very much for all of you wonderful folks chatting in chat. We do have a Discord. If anybody is not in our Discord, that's hilarious, Jeremy. Please come and join. Would love to see you all there. It's a lot of fun on our Discord, and people are enjoying themselves. I have some social media for you to follow. I'm on Vengeance God at Blue Sky. I'm Vengeance God on Blue Sky, and I'm Broken Infinity Films on Instagram. Nihilus, you just the only way you do a dead drop for Flo is that you just put a cupcake on the ground anywhere and then say, "I heard people need someone to write Star Trek," and then she just appears and eats the cupcake. We've got a merch store. You click on that link and you can go get yourself some really cool designs, including these two awesome shirts that Duncan Idaho designed for us. Proud captain of a Frisbee strapped to a canoe, and USS Oathbirth, a Frisbee strapped to a canoe. Let's see. There's my wish list that just popped up on screen. Thank you, Wisebot. You can go ahead and click on that if you want to buy me stuff. I love stuff. Let's see. What am I forgetting? I host 3 podcasts on the Ace of Geeks podcast network. They are all a lot of fun, and I hope you will enjoy all of them. If you all could do me a favor and listen to Yavin Radio for May the 4th, that would make me really happy. I'm really, really proud of what we did on that show and are continuing to do. And of course, the League of Swords. Thank you very much for giving out more subs, Fragrance. I appreciate you. We should make a regular stump Fragrance thing. But anyway, go ahead and click on that link to go to our YouTube channel. I'm hoping now that I have Adderall, I might finally be able to edit the last episodes. No, I understand, Fragrance. That Jim guy does seem like a huge ass. But so do you. Whose side am I on? All right. Anyway, let's see who we're rating. Let's see. Oh, Dark Mom is on. I think we've rated her like 3 or 4 times, but you know what? Let's do it again.
Do that?
I forget that.
Because she's awesome, and I like her a lot. All right, folks. So we're gonna wrap it up here. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you to Fragrance and Disco for modding. Thank you to Flo and Jeremy for being here. Oh, and yes, Flo, I am doing a lot better now, thankfully. Last Thursday, my body made me sleep basically the entire day, and then I was fine. So thank you, body. All right, we are going to head out, but I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to play some more Jedi Academy. There won't be a stream on Thursday this week because I have a gig, but sorry, Wednesday this week because I have a gig, but I will be back on Thursday. So we will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. 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 By the way, I figured out where I got this bye-bye from. It's actually from Star Tours. At the end of the ride, the robot does bye-bye. And that's, I think, where I stole it from originally. Anyway, bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.